Confidence isn't something you're simply born with, it's something you build, step by step, day by day. Imagine starting each morning with a sense of strength, walking into every room with purpose, and speaking with clarity that inspires others. Today, we're uncovering Maya Washington's 3 daily habits for confidence, practical, uplifting, and rooted in timeless wisdom, inspired by the legacy of Maya Angelou. Confidence is often described as the invisible force that shapes how we live, work, and interact with the world. It is not arrogance, nor is it about being the loudest person in the room. True confidence is quiet strength, the kind that allows you to walk into a situation knowing that your worth is not determined by others, but by your inner belief in yourself. Think about the people who have left the greatest impact on you. Were they always the smartest, the most talented, or the most experienced? Probably not. Most often, the people who inspire us carry a sense of grounded presence. They stand tall, they speak clearly, and they radiate an assurance that makes others lean in to listen. That is the power of confidence. It multiplies your influence without needing to force it. Confidence fuels personal growth. Confidence is the foundation of personal growth. When you believe in yourself, you give yourself permission to try new things, to take risks, and to step outside of your comfort zone. Without it, you might remain stuck in cycles of hesitation, watching opportunities pass you by. With confidence, even setbacks become lessons rather than failures. You begin to view challenges as stepping stones rather than stumbling blocks. This is where daily confidence habits come into play. Building self-trust and inner strength is not a one-time event, a consistent practice. Small actions such as repeating affirmations, standing tall with good posture, or setting achievable goals create a momentum that reshapes how you see yourself. Every day becomes an opportunity to strengthen your inner voice until it is louder than your doubts. Confidence unlocks hidden potential. Without confidence, even the brightest ideas often stay hidden. Imagine an artist with a masterpiece in their mind, but too afraid to put paint to canvas. Or a student with a brilliant solution in class, but too hesitant to raise their hand. Or even a leader with a vision to change their community, but paralyzed by fear of criticism. The truth is that the world does not only need great ideas, it needs people brave enough to bring them forward. Confidence is that bridge between potential and reality. It allows you to step into your calling, share your gifts, and leave an imprint that matters. When you develop self-growth routines centered on building confidence, you're not just helping yourself, you're impacting every person around you. Your courage inspires others. Your willingness to try gives permission for others to do the same. Just as Maya Angelou inspired generations through her wisdom and presence, your confidence becomes a ripple that spreads outward. Confidence makes your presence memorable. We've all been in rooms where some people seem to fade into the background, while others naturally draw attention without even trying. The difference isn't always appearance or status, it's often a matter of energy. Confident individuals hold themselves with a kind of quiet dignity that commands respect. They don't need to prove themselves, because their soul speaks before they do. This is why confidence-building techniques are so valuable. Something as simple as maintaining eye contact, smiling with authenticity, or expressing gratitude in daily interactions can transform how others perceive you. These are small practices, but when repeated daily, they make your presence magnetic. The transformational shift with confidence. Your voice becomes stronger, your presence becomes memorable, and your life shifts in extraordinary ways. You stop shrinking to fit into spaces that do not honor you, and instead, you create spaces that reflect your true worth. You stop waiting for permission to live fully, and instead, you grant yourself permission to pursue your dreams boldly. This shift is the heart of personal empowerment strategies. It's not about pretending to be someone you're not, it's about reclaiming who you already are. As Maya Angelou inspired motivation reminds us, self-assurance grows when we live authentically, embrace our strengths, and honor our journey. When you choose confidence, you're not just making a decision for today, you're building a legacy for tomorrow. Every morning offers us a fresh start, a blank page waiting to be written. How you begin your day often determines the rhythm of the hours that follow. And one of the most powerful ways to set that rhythm is through daily affirmations. Affirmations are not just words spoken into the air. They are seeds planted into the soil of your mind. Over time, those seeds grow into beliefs, habits, and actions that define who you are becoming. Why affirmations matter. Maya Angelou once said, "Words are things. They get on the walls, they get in your wallpaper, they get in your rugs, in your upholstery, and your clothes, and finally into you." Her wisdom reminds us that words have energy. They linger in the atmosphere, but most importantly, they settle into our hearts and shape the way we see ourselves. If you've ever caught yourself replaying negative self-talk, "I'm not good enough, I can't do this, I always fail," you already know how powerful words can be. Left unchecked, these words build walls of limitation, but when you intentionally choose positive, life-giving words, you break down those walls and replace them with stepping stones toward growth. Daily affirmations are like rewiring your mental soundtrack. They shift your focus from fear to courage, from doubt to belief, from lack to abundance. With consistent practice, you begin to embody the very qualities you speak. Examples of empowering affirmations here are a few simple yet profound affirmations you can speak each morning. I am worthy of respect. A reminder that your value is not dependent on others' opinions. I am confident in my gifts. An affirmation that your talents and abilities matter. I am becoming the best version of myself. A declaration that growth is a journey, and you're on the right path. I release fear and welcome courage. A commitment to face challenges boldly. I deserve love, peace, and success. A statement of self-worth that invites abundance. The key is consistency. The more you repeat affirmations, the more your subconscious mind begins to accept them as truth. Over time, your actions will naturally align with the reality you've been declaring. Practical ways to practice daily affirmations: sticky notes in visible spaces. Write affirmations on colorful sticky notes and place them where you'll see them, often on your bathroom mirror, your refrigerator, or your laptop. Every glance becomes a gentle reminder of your worth. Phone, wallpaper, or lock screen. Since we check our phones dozens of times a day, why not let your lock screen be a source of encouragement? Replace distractions with affirmations that strengthen your mindset. Mirror talk. Stand in front of a mirror, look yourself in the eyes, and speak affirmations with conviction. It may feel uncomfortable at first, but it builds self-connection and confidence. Morning journaling. Begin your day by writing 3 to 5 affirmations in a notebook. The act of writing reinforces the message and creates a positive ritual to anchor your mornings. Voice notes. Record yourself speaking affirmations and listen to them while commuting, exercising, or preparing for bed. Hearing your own voice. Speaking life into you magnifies their impact. The deeper impact of affirmations. Some people dismiss affirmations as just words, but research in psychology shows that positive self-talk can reduce stress, increase focus, and improve resilience. Affirmations reshape the brain's neural pathways, creating a stronger mindset over time. When you practice affirmations, you're not lying to yourself, you're choosing to focus on truth that may be hidden beneath fear or doubt. For example, saying "I am confident" may feel strange at first, especially if you've struggled with insecurity. But with daily repetition, you begin to embody that confidence in small ways, standing taller, speaking clearer, and making decisions with more certainty. That is how daily confidence habits transform your life. Each spoken word becomes a building block for the identity you're creating, just as a sculptor chisels away at stone to reveal a masterpiece. Affirmations help you shape the masterpiece within you. A simple challenge for you starting tomorrow morning. Choose one affirmation that resonates with you. Write it down, speak it out loud, and carry it with you throughout the day. Notice how it influences your mood, your choices, and your interactions. Then, add more affirmations as you grow comfortable by speaking life into yourself every day. You create a foundation of confidence that no outside circumstance can easily shake. As Maya Angelou taught us, words are things, so let your words build, uplift, and empower the person you're becoming. When most people think of courage, they imagine dramatic, heroic acts, standing on a stage before thousands, leading a movement, or making life-altering decisions. But the truth is, confidence doesn't require giant leaps. It begins in the quiet moments, through small, intentional choices that stretch us just a little further than yesterday. The truth about courage. Maya Angelou once said, "Courage is the most important of all the virtues, because without courage, you can't practice any other virtue consistently." What she meant is simple. Kindness, honesty, compassion, and confidence all require bravery at their core. You can't truly be authentic or live with integrity if you're too afraid to stand up for yourself, your values, or your dreams. And here's the encouraging part. Courage doesn't have to come in grand displays. It can be as small as raising your hand in class, as quiet as voicing an opinion in a meeting, or as personal as choosing to start a new habit despite fear of failure. Why small steps matter too often. We wait for the perfect moment to be brave. We imagine that one day we'll wake up fearless, ready to chase our biggest dreams. But courage doesn't work that way. Courage is built like a muscle, it strengthens with repetition. Every small act of bravery sends a signal to your brain. I can do this. The first time may feel shaky, but the second time feels easier. Over time, what once terrified you becomes second nature. This is how you train yourself to live with confidence. Think of it this way: courage is like climbing a staircase. Each small step takes you higher, and before long, you've reached heights you never thought possible. Practical ways to practice. Small courage: speak up in conversations instead of staying silent. Share a thought or ask a question. It may feel uncomfortable at first, but your contribution adds value. Say yes to opportunities, whether it's presenting at work, joining a community group, or trying a new activity. Say yes even if your stomach flips with nerves. Growth happens in the stretch. Try something new in your daily routine. Take a different route to work. Eat at a restaurant alone, or learn a new skill online. These small shifts build resilience and adaptability. Set micro-challenges. If public speaking terrifies you, start small. Speak up in a small group, then to a larger audience. Break big fears into smaller, achievable actions. Celebrate tiny wins. Each courageous step matters. Acknowledge your progress instead of waiting for the big victory. The ripple effect of courage: when you practice small acts of courage, you're not just building your own confidence, you're also giving others permission to do the same. People around you notice when you stand tall, when you contribute, and when you embrace opportunities. Your courage becomes contagious. Imagine a workplace where one person bravely shares a new idea. Suddenly, others feel inspired to share their own thoughts. Imagine a family where one person opens up about their dreams. Suddenly, the conversation shifts, and everyone begins to explore possibilities. This ripple effect begins with one step. Yours. Example for everyday life: let's say you're in a classroom or a work meeting. A thought crosses your mind, but immediately, doubt whispers, what if I sound silly? What if others don't agree? Instead of shrinking back, pause, take a breath, smile, then share your idea anyway. That single choice may seem small, but it plants the seed of lifelong courage. The next time, it will feel less intimidating. Eventually, you'll find yourself speaking with ease, contributing regularly, and inspiring respect from others. Small steps. Big transformation. The beauty of embodying courage in small steps is that it removes the pressure to be perfect. You don't need to be fearless. You simply need to act despite fear. Each small step redefines what's possible for you. With time, these steps accumulate into monumental change. The timid voice becomes steady. The hesitant posture becomes confident. The quiet presence becomes a powerful influence, and it all begins with those small, everyday acts of courage. Remember, courage doesn't always roar. Sometimes, it's the quiet voice at the end of the day saying, I will try again tomorrow. Gratitude is one of the simplest yet most transformative daily practices you can develop. At first glance, it might seem small, just saying thank you or noticing something good in your day. But in reality, gratitude is a powerful anchor. It grounds your spirit, shifts your perspective, and creates a foundation of peace that fuels confidence and resilience. Why gratitude matters. Life is full of ups and downs. Some days are bright and full of blessings. Others feel heavy with challenges. Gratitude doesn't deny hardships, it simply reminds us that even in difficult seasons, there is still good to be found. By focusing on what's present rather than what's missing, gratitude rewires the mind to see abundance instead of lack. Think about it. When you focus only on what you don't have, comparison and insecurity creep in. You start measuring your worth against someone else's highlight reel. But when you pause to count your blessings, the narrative changes. You realize that you already have so much to be thankful for: your health, your breath, your family, your talents, or even the simple gift of a sunrise. This mental shift is why gratitude is considered one of the most effective daily confidence habits. It roots you in self-worth. Instead of chasing validation from outside sources, you recognize your own blessings, strengths, and progress. Gratitude and confidence go hand in hand. You may be wondering, how does gratitude build confidence? The answer is perspective. When you cultivate gratitude, you stop comparing yourself to others and start appreciating your unique journey. Gratitude helps you celebrate your small wins, acknowledge your growth, and see yourself with compassion instead of criticism. For example, instead of saying, I'm not as successful as they are, Gratitude shifts the thought to, I am grateful for the progress I've made this year, instead of, I'm not good enough. Gratitude allows you to say, I am thankful for the strengths and gifts I bring into this world. This mindset not only boosts confidence but also strengthens resilience. Because when you focus on what's good, challenges no longer define you, they refine you. Simple, daily. Gratitude practices. Building gratitude into your routine doesn't have to be complicated. Here are some easy, practical ways to make it a daily anchor in your life. Morning gratitude ritual. Before you pick up your phone, list 3 things you're thankful for. It sets a positive tone for the day. Gratitude journaling. Keep a notebook by your bed and write down at least 3 blessings every night. Over time, you'll build a record of positivity you can revisit during hard days. Verbal gratitude. Tell someone you appreciate them. A simple thank you for being in my life can strengthen relationships and spread joy. Gratitude walks. While walking outside, mentally list everything around you that you're thankful for: nature, fresh air, movement, or even silence. Mindful pause. When stress rises, pause for a moment. Take a breath and ask yourself, what is one thing I can be grateful for right now? A mini challenge for you. Here's a simple exercise you can do right now. Write down 3 things you're thankful for in the comments below. It could be as big as family or as small as your morning cup of tea. By sharing, you not only strengthen your own sense of gratitude, you also inspire others to reflect on their blessings. Imagine a comment section filled with gratitude. It becomes a ripple of positivity spreading to everyone who reads it. The ripple effect of gratitude. Gratitude is contagious. When you practice it consistently, you naturally radiate positivity, and others feel encouraged by your presence. It changes the way you speak, the way you act, and even the way you see challenges. You stop focusing on what you lack and start celebrating what you already have. In turn, gratitude transforms relationships. It deepens bonds, builds empathy, and fosters kindness. People feel valued when you express genuine appreciation, and that strengthens both personal and professional connections. Anchoring yourself in gratitude. When life feels chaotic, gratitude becomes the anchor that keeps you steady. It reminds you that even storms can reveal blessings, even struggles can carry lessons, and even endings can lead to new beginnings. By practicing gratitude daily, you anchor yourself in peace, joy, and confidence. So, let gratitude be your compass. Begin and end your day with it. Let it flow into your words, your thoughts, and your actions. Because when you live with gratitude, you don't just survive, you thrive. When you commit to daily habits of affirmation, courage, and gratitude, the transformation doesn't happen all at once, it unfolds gradually, like a flower opening to the sun. Day by day, these small practices create ripple effects that reshape how you see yourself, how you interact with others, and how you approach life's challenges. Confidence isn't a magic switch. It's a lifestyle built on consistent choices. Let's explore the powerful benefits you'll notice when you make these confidence-building habits part of your daily routine. 1. Increased self-esteem and presence. The first and most noticeable benefit is an increase in self-esteem. Daily affirmations strengthen your inner voice, teaching you to replace self-doubt with self-assurance. Over time, this shift radiates outward in the way you carry yourself. You walk into rooms with your head held higher. You speak with clarity, knowing your words matter. You begin to trust your intuition instead of second-guessing yourself. This presence is magnetic. People are drawn to those who exude quiet confidence, not because they're the loudest but because they're the most grounded. When you honor yourself daily with positive affirmations, you naturally begin to shine in ways you never imagined. This is why many people choose to build morning confidence rituals, because starting the day with affirmation sets the tone for how you'll show up everywhere else. 2. Greater resilience in tough situations. Life will always bring challenges, stressful workdays, unexpected setbacks, moments of fear, or seasons of uncertainty. But practicing courage in small steps every day trains you to face challenges without being paralyzed by fear. When you consistently step outside of your comfort zone, you learn that discomfort is temporary and growth is permanent. This mindset builds resilience, the ability to bounce back stronger than before. Think of courage as a shield. Each small brave choice you make adds another layer of strength. So, when bigger challenges come, you're not easily shaken. Instead of thinking, I can't handle this, you remind yourself, I've handled things before, and I'll handle this too. This is what Maya Angelou motivation for life teaches us. Courage empowers us to rise, even when the world feels heavy. 3. Deeper connection with others. Confidence doesn't only change how you feel about yourself, it transforms how others experience you. Gratitude, especially, has the power to deepen your relationships. When you regularly express thankfulness, you naturally create warmth, empathy, and connection. In friendships, gratitude fosters loyalty and trust. In families, it strengthens bonds and heals misunderstandings. In workplaces, it encourages collaboration and builds respect. And when you combine gratitude with confidence, your presence becomes even more magnetic. People feel safe, inspired, and valued around you. They are drawn to your authenticity because confidence, rooted in gratitude, never feels arrogant. It feels uplifting. This is the essence of self-love and empowerment. When you love and affirm yourself, you create space to love and uplift others more fully. 4. An empowered lifestyle of authenticity and strength. The final benefit is perhaps the most life-changing. An empowered lifestyle that reflects authenticity. When affirmation, courage, and gratitude become daily anchors, you stop trying to live for other people's approval. You stop shrinking yourself to fit into spaces that don't honor you. Instead, you begin living boldly, fully, and truthfully. Confidence is not about becoming someone else, it's about finally stepping into who you were always meant to be. Affirmations remind you of your worth. Courage pushes you into action. Gratitude keeps you grounded in peace. Together, these habits create a life marked by freedom and empowerment. This lifestyle doesn't just change how you see yourself, it changes how you show up in the world. You inspire others by your authenticity. You attract opportunities aligned with your strengths. You leave behind a legacy of confidence, resilience, and love. The takeaway: when you make these personal growth routines part of your everyday life, you'll notice increased self-esteem and presence that radiates outward, greater resilience to rise above challenges with strength, deeper, more meaningful connections with people around you, an empowered lifestyle rooted in authenticity and courage. These are not just small benefits, they are life-changing shifts that align you with your highest potential. So, commit to practicing affirmation, courage, and gratitude every single day. These are not just habits, they are stepping stones to becoming the confident, empowered, and authentic version of yourself that the world needs. Confidence is not a final destination, it's a daily practice. When you choose to live with affirmation, courage, and gratitude, you move beyond survival into a life of thriving, purpose, and joy. If today's message encouraged you, I'd love for you to like this video, share it with a friend who could use a boost of confidence, and subscribe so you never miss our weekly dose of inspiration. And in the comments below, tell me which of these 3 habits will you begin practicing today. Remember Maya Angelou's timeless wisdom: when you learn, teach; when you get, give.